Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. This one's going to be a little different. Again, deep dive into more things. And I like to get started a little bit early so I can click on this and stop doing what it's doing. There we go. All right. I'm going to screen share with you on some stuff. And let me start off by doing more of this and not having you focus on my slide deck just yet. I'll move my chair out of the way. Pardon the chair noise. Guys, 5,000 people a day, 5,000 veterans and service members a day are looking for help. They're Googling for a VA calculator. It tells me 4 things instantly. You're lost, alone, you don't know your next steps, and you don't know who to turn to. I'm a solutions guy. So when I hear problems, I want to give you daggum solutions, fast ones, good ones. So now that's why I'm doing deeper dives. These are going to be published not only on the live channel and Rumble and YouTube and all that kind of stuff, but I'm also going to post these have my staff post on the groups I'm telling you about today, LinkedIn and Facebook. I've got two different groups talking about the same stuff. It's the 5 F's Nation. So the first 5 F's you need to give yourself. And keep in mind, guys, I'm a for-profit. So how that makes me different and better is that I get to guide my clients for years. I've got 2 styles of clients. I've got old guys like me, and I've got youngsters. So the old guys, I want to make you right. So let me go to a different overlay here so I can see myself better. So the older guys like me, I want to make you guys right. Get you moving forwards on your fulfillment. The youngsters, I want to help you guys be whole. Here's the 3 lines people say to me all the time. Albert, I don't know what I don't know. Okay, fair statement. Number 2, Albert, I wish I would have known you sooner. Number 3, I wish I would have done something sooner. So guys, let me go to my good and evil real quick. If you got good and evil doesn't make anything. It only takes. Who does evil take from? Good people who don't know any better and don't do any better. That's why I'm here to tell you, our Heavenly Father is saying, hey, this is your abundance. You got to get off your butt to help get it in your pocket. So God is my Mustang driver, and he is doing whatever, donuts to show you today. A lot of good stuff. So that's what I call it putting arms around you. I got different arms to put around you. So different groups that are solutions to problems that you guys have. I want to make sure you're being informed as quickly as humanly possible. Because I got one of my clients, he said, Albert, bad news does not get better with age. Please let us know the bad news. Let us absorb that and move forwards. Great. And what's great is also too, you and I as veterans and military know that we love to embrace the suck together. That's why I've got groups. So you remember that camaraderie we always talk about? Well, that camaraderie is together. So that camaraderie can continue because we're all enduring suck, but we're all enduring it apart. So here's my visual for that. We're doing it apart right now. There's 20 million of us alive right now, 20 million living service members and veterans. That's not even including family members. You're supposed to get at least $5,000 a day. A month. $5,000 a month. And that's being conservative. You guys are over that. That's $100 billion a month. $100 billion a month is not going to the people who take care of us. Aren't we supposed to take care of the people who take care of us? We're supposed to, but 20 million, not getting it. Worst case scenario, the widows out there. Widows are not getting paid their money. They should, but they're not. Why? Evil. Good people aren't doing things. I don't charge widows. I charge you guys, so I don't have to charge widows. I'm just telling you this stuff, guys, because I need you to understand things. So I'm not going to brief you on 200 slides that I have out in front of you. I'm going to brief you on just a small little handful of them. So let me pull up this and give you a little different overlay for the time being. So guys, by the time I'm done with all of my clients, again, you guys start with me and stay with me for years. You send me your family tree, your literal family tree. You also send me your work family tree, your coffee family tree, your church tree, all that stuff, which is great. So by the time I'm done with all of you, 5 things at minimum will have happened. Number 1, at the top of your VA rating, we'll say 100%. Number 2, permanent total like I am. Why permanent total? Well, so 100% permanent total does 2 things. It maximizes your money and it maximizes your freedom. So you get the most money with the most freedom. Number 3, your body part list will be way more reflective of you. This does not have to be perfect. It probably will never be perfect. That's okay. That's not what we're aiming for. We're aiming for more reflection on your, I'm catching myself because it was called e-benefits for a decade. And now I'm having to just say VA ratings and stuff. So you're catching me catch myself. Number 4, your individual human math on VA ratings will add up to over 500. So like 50 for headaches, 50 for sinuses. That's 100 in human math. And I know it's something weird and wonky on VA math. I call it alien math too. So 500. So that number 5, so here's my 2 goals for all my people. I want you to have, number 1 goal is all your money is in your pocket. So I'm going to brief you on a money slide today too. Number 1, I want you to have all your money in your pocket for yourself and for your family. So when people come up to me and they say, Albert, I'm already 100% permanent total man. Love you, but I don't need you. And I go, well, can I tell you 2 things real quick? Can I ask you 2 things real quick? Because with my clients, I help them to 2 things that nobody has ever said yes to. So if you say yes to this, awesome. And they go, okay, share it with me. Okay, number 1, I want to make sure you got all your money in your pocket out in front for your family. Right now, there's mid-range money for your kids in college, even long-range death benefit money I help my clients with. For non-retiree, $5,000 a month right now, which you're probably not getting. Retiree, $7,500 a month, tax-free, which you're probably not getting. And they go, I'm not. I know that. That's why I'm telling you this stuff. Number 2, I want to get you over 500 human math points on your VA individual ratings. And they go, shit, I don't have that. And I'm like, I know. That's why I tell you this. You may be full of glee. And I'm not trying to pop your daggum balloon, guys. I'm just trying to go, hey, you know what? There's more out there. And thankfully, I'm a guy a guy who goes, there is more. Let's go fucking get it together. Let's get it in your pocket. So number 5, by the time I'm done with you, all your money will be in your pocket to the right and out in front of you where it's supposed to be. So let me go to my next slide here so I can tell you more about that. All right. So I'm going to talk about this one today. And by the way, these couple of things about these slides. When you guys become my client, you get access to these slides. They are live slides. So you guys get a link and it gives you live access to these slides. So when I make a change or something like that, when I add or take away or whatnot, it allows you guys to see that full access. So I just want to clarify that. Also, we're going to take some of these slides and put those in more picture form so you guys can see that on the groups, the 5S Nations groups. So I'm wanting, that's my daily Monday through Friday interaction that I want to have in those groups, even though I don't necessarily want to do a whole lot of answering your questions, that kind of stuff in like one-to-one. That's for other people to do. I do want to put some of these slides out there in front of you guys as part of reference points and going, hey, did you know this? And you guys are going to go, no, I don't know that. So feel free if you guys have questions. If we're doing like polls and stuff like that on LinkedIn and on Facebook, you can do surveys and stuff. So if you guys want me to talk deeper about a topic, again, I'm a consultant, so I don't know everything, but if you want me to talk about something, feel free to ask me and I can do a video on that. So anyway, just want to let you know, well, all this is from my perspective. I've been here 6 years doing this. So before COVID, during COVID, after COVID, before PACT, during PACT, after PACT, all that stuff. So I've seen a lot of different weirdo things happen. So anyway, all right. So 3 levels of money. I did this on Rumble earlier, and I forgot to tell you that there's 3 levels of money. So I just started briefing it anyway. But notice, guys, there are 3 levels of money. There's right now money, and as I'm talking, I want to hover over the bubble that I'm talking about. So there's right now money, mid-range money for your kids in college, long-range death benefit money that I help my clients get. Number 1 goal is let's get all that money in your pocket. So why from 10 feet away are you seeing green? The answer is, in order to maximize this money, the VA, your state, and other entities require you to be 100% permanent and total. So states like Georgia, they're a little bit weirder. They don't maximize till you're 100% permanent total, whereas other states, less. So just want to let you know. So my clients get an average of $25,000 in back pay on their journey with me. It's more than that. It's more than that. And you'll see, because to me, there's 2 types of money. There's making money and there's saving money. So you're going to, with me, my goal, your goal, our goal is to get you to 100% permanent and total as quickly and compliantly as humanly possible. Guys, the VA called it disability, but that word disability came in way later in life. It was called, and has been still called, compensation and pension. This is compensation and pension. You're being compensated and pensioned for your service. So it doesn't matter if you served months, months, decades, or months, years, or decades. See, guys, I got a fast brain and slow mouth sometimes. It's hard to breathe today. I got one of those sinus days, So months, years, decades, doesn't matter. You've earned this money. So that's why my older clients who I had a meeting where it just so happens that two 06s were in the room yesterday, and both of them were talking about some of the same stuff, like, oh, I've been in for 30 something years. And yeah, Alberta, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like the Air Force kid who's across the street, he's 22 and 100% permanent total. What the fuck? Well, here's why. Because the 22-year-old only has accuracy to go off of and paperwork. He's answering exactly, compliantly what the VA is asking for. And I'm going to say VA because that's who the VA, the first, I call them little bastards, first decision makers are the VA. We want to get you to 100% permanent total as quickly as humanly possible. That's what we have to do. The 22-year-old doesn't have 30-something years of wisdom and aches and pains, and I call it drama and trauma. The VA doesn't pay for people's drama and trauma. Are widows getting paid? Nope. They've been through the most drama and trauma. They're not getting paid. So in essence, evil doesn't give a shit. So just saying, I have to calm you down. That's why I have to talk to you guys for the first month of us working together. My clients show up on Thursdays for baseball practice. For the first month, it takes me that long to wipe off brainwash off you guys. I'm just saying, I've been doing this a long time. It takes about a month to wipe all that shit off. So as I'm going through this, I know some of you are pausing or fast forwarding, going, what the fuck? What? Yeah, I know. It takes about, you'll see. So back pay, $25,000 in back pay. I'm going to show you a pay chart. Let me go to that pay chart real quick because I want to make sure you guys understand this. This is an older pay chart, but let me talk about pay charts. I started out enlisted, did a couple years enlisted, got out, several years in ROTC, then went back in for 8 years. So I did 6 year break-in service, but over 10 years solid over 16-year period. I know a lot about pay charts. We've all known a lot about pay charts. Hey, I'm an E5, 5 years, family of 4. There's my money. That's what I'm going to get paid at this next benchmark. But what's crazy is we know so much about this, but then you get out, or maybe you're in part-timer and you got a rating and you're like, man, what the hell does that mean? Where's all this pay chart stuff on the VA? Well, there isn't one. So I'd create this that's in front of you. And I know maybe based off some older information, but the visual is what I want you to pay attention to. I was 90% for 5 years thinking the same thing that you guys think. I was outside of that knowledge funnel. I was way the fuck over here for 5 years not knowing anything. And then when I went to 100, I was like, holy shit, this is a massive amount more money. It's life-changing. Holy shit. And again, guys, the VA, the government, evil, uses terms to dumb things down. They'll say benefits. They'll say rather than combat or war, they'll say deployment. So they try to pull you down to this like lesser level of language, and it works. Again, it's brainwash. So these two colonels, 06s yesterday, were talking about things. Oh, I was downrange this many times, and I was deployed this many times. And I was like, guys, do you know that you were in war and combat? Because I know the combat that I went to over in Afghanistan as a medevac pilot, I saw shit. And I'm just saying for folks watching, yes, blood and guts are a thing. And yes, war is horrible. And we don't want it. People who've seen it don't want it. And we like that it's far away to a certain degree. We don't want it on our shores. We don't want it in our boundaries, but we also don't want it over there either. So anyway, I don't get too philosophical on that, but man, we want less. Like, it's funny how I think Trump had a really good answer on like who do you back, Ukraine or Russia? It's like, I want stop people dying. Like that's the best answer. Stop people dying. Can we start there with that? All right. Anyway, back to this pay chart and stuff. So the VA doesn't want to tell you, or the government or evil doesn't want you to know the real life-changing money that this is. So going from 30 to 90, from 30%, that's when your family's finally depicted on your pay chart. So from 30 to 90, every 10% increase is about $400, maybe $500 a month on average, today's dollars. But look at that jump, guys. Look at that jump. Going from 90 to 100 is today's dollars, basic family of four, about $1,600 more a month. Over a 10-month period, that's usually going to be about $16,000 in back pay. So when I'm briefing folks and they come in the door and they're like, okay, I'm at 30 to 40, going from 30 to 40 to 100 is pretty solid, about $3,000 more a month. That's insane. In 10-month period, let's say it takes 10 months to get there, just for an easy army math for my brain, add a zero, $30,000. That's insane. And what's even worse, or better, is like I said, these are all green for a reason. In order to maximize these, you have to be 100% permanent total. So not only did you just get a awesome back pay, but then property tax reduction removal. So the Texas, California, Florida, Nebraska, those guys get about $1,000 a month. Property taxes go away forever. Let's see what else we got here. 100%, as I've already briefed you, $5,000 a month, and as a basic family of four, non-retiree. Retirees are even medically retired, $7,500. Yeah, we'll get there, but $7,500 a month. IRS thing. There's an IRS thing out there where I try to catch it beforehand. I try to make you guys not pay that by moving you through certain things. But if you're already on the other side of that and you've already paid the IRS, I had a client who got about $30,000. It came out to about $9,000 something a year over every single year, and so that came out to about almost $28,000 for this guy. Voc Rehab, I know it's called VRNE now, but it's just easier to say Voc Rehab. But this is where I start talking about personalities. That the decision makers at any government level, whether it's VA or otherwise, they're human. And my hope is that they give you some sympathy and empathy. Oh, you're already 100% permanent total. Let's move things faster. But I think of it like police officers too. I know that there's good cops out there in bad systems, and they may be briefed, hey guys, you know what, we got to get more money in the tank for the year, for the month. So go out there and just, I won't say arrest everybody, but get everybody tickets today, 5 tickets for everybody. So it's, that kind of stuff. So anyway, but SMCS. So SMCS is SMC is special monthly compensation. The letter S is just a line item. And that comes out to about $500 more a month. I currently get $428 a month for this, and everybody qualifies for this. Doesn't mean you have to aim for it early. There's a lot of airline pilots out there that are my clients that they want to aim for this stuff later because they're making more money than that on flying right now, which is fine. You guys, I'm a client. I'm a consultant. I tell my clients, you guys I will always brief you before you file your claim, and you can talk to me about, I call it sparring with me. You can spar with me about adding more. Hey, Albert, man, my pinky really hurts. And I'm like, well, but is it going to work out? Here's what could happen. Here's what could happen. Albert, I don't want to stay away from something. Okay, then you don't have to file for it. That's fine. Doesn't mean you don't have it. And you can always file for something later. I'm a consultant. I guide you through with my wisdom. You guys are the ones who make decisions. And I just tell you, here's what that decision could possibly do as a good thing for your future or a pro or con for your future. So anyway, moving on. SMCS. So that is, in order to hit that, it happens automatically. This is actually how we found out about it, was it happens automatically. That we have, when you get to 100% on mental health and your human or your physical math adds up to 60 or more, the VA will automatically start paying you this money. That's how we found out about it. Because I was just briefing clients a couple months later. They're like, hey, the VA made a decision. Albert, I got a lot more money than what I thought in back pay. Like $5,000 more a month. And I was like, or $5,000 back pay. I'm like, what is that? But you guys mostly get your money in the bank before you get your paperwork in hand. So I'm like, I don't know, you go find it. But there's a 05 Navy SEAL out there who he went through, we knew that his claim he qualified for, and the reason why I say qualify, the VA is the one who makes the decision, but all of you qualify for this stuff. So that's why I say it that way. You qualify for this. You just have to feed the VA the right way, sometimes fight the VA. So this is where we're going to start talking about attorneys and stuff. That's why I'm slowing down on this one. But there's an 05 SEAL who, this was several years ago, after COVID, but still several years ago, where we knew that he qualified for 100% on mental health and 100% overall and a lot more body parts, 100% permanent total and a lot more body parts and math. Claims filed, VA started harassing him, telling him to come in and do all kinds of stuff. that he did not have to do legally and protocol by protocol. So that's why at the time he didn't need to get a VA attorney to represent him full time. This veterans rights attorney was able to do what I call as a communication kit. So it's like communicating to the VA, hey, this guy does not have to do this stuff. He's an 05 SEAL. Everything was done the right way, paperwork wise. Stop harassing him, give him his money. So 2 months from this guy filing this claim, he received exactly what we're looking for: 100% on mental health, 100% PNT overall, and then he had a lot more math on his I also want to say e-benefits. Keep catching myself. VA human math. So that, and he happened to be on vacation. So when he got back from vacation, he was like, oh, the letter's in the mail and the money's in the bank. What is it? Albert, here's what this is. So we walked through, and that's what it is. 2 qualifiers: 100% on mental health, and that your human math is at 60 or above. And by the way, SMC stands for Special Monthly Compensation. The letter S is just a line item. Just want to let you know. CRC, Combat Related Special Compensation. This is for retirees and medically retired. It's about $2,000 more a month. Again, everything's basic family of 4. And I want to help you guys get there as fast as possible. And so there's multiple ways of doing that. But even if you're not a retiree like me, I think that DOGE or sometime the VA, sometime in the near future, the VA is going to say, you know what? Everybody qualifies for this. So as long as their paperwork is squared away, let's give it to them. So that's why I have my clients get their stuff squared, their paperwork squared away early. Student loan removal. So everybody's married to money differently. There's a Marine out there online who talks about things, and he has a weird marriage to money, and I don't really get it, but like, these things are out there for a reason. These life-changing benefits are out there for a reason. So I'm not telling you to date my way of thinking or marry my way of marriage to money, but somebody somewhere thought that they should help veterans out. And this was back in the 90s. President Trump was the one who, first term, signed it in to make it automatic. So, and who is the one who made student loans, who's the one who made education so expensive? It wasn't God. It was the government. Who was the one who made all this stuff more expensive? It wasn't God. It was government. So the government said, hey, we're going to put these, whatever you want to call them, I don't call them loopholes. They are what they are. They are, in order to do this, you have to do this. In order to have that, you have to have this. They're the ones who did that. So there's a thing that was created in the 90s, as far as it was explained to me about the people that work there. And Trump signed it in to be automatic on his first term. And so you're allowed to, as a veteran, take out a lot of student loans. I've got 2 master's degrees. Not that anybody gives a shit about that, but I had $180,000 of student loans wiped off my record automatically because of this process that they said was a nice benefit for veterans. Good. And I tell you about it, and you guys don't know about it. So I've got a lot of pilots out there, lawyers out there, and all that kind of stuff. I go, what the fuck? And of course, the next question is, hey, does that work for my wife too, who's a non-veteran? I don't know. If anybody does know that answer, let me know as quickly as possible, because there's a lot of people out there who have spouses who have a lot of mortgage worth of freaking student loans right now. So anyhow. All right, guys, let's move on. So mid-range money for your kids in college. And by the way, if I haven't mentioned this already, the number one financial blunder that people make, aside from the other stuff I'm telling you about, that you can do something about right now without me even guiding you further. Number one, you can go to e-benefits. Yes, e-benefits, this is correct. E-benefits, make sure your family members are depicted correctly on there. The fastest and most money that a client received was within 2 weeks. He got $15,000 in back pay because he had a couple of kids in college. And there are times to where the government, evil, will pay you a significant amount of money pretty fast. All you got to do is make them aware of it. So paperwork, a little bit of paperwork, a little bit of tap on the shoulder. So that one is amazingly important. So that's how I put it down there to look different. Let's talk about mid-range money. There's state level and there's federal level. So state level money, that's where the state has a decision to make. That they have the ability to reduce or remove tuition or fees for your kiddo. I'm in Indiana, so Indiana gave me a letter that said, Albert, you owe us nothing for tuition and fees. I still had to pay room and board for freshman year of college, which is also still expensive. But thankfully, it was also that state level, federal level money is $1,400 a month stipend that goes to your kid, and that it balanced out. It's like I would spend the money in the first place to cover for the put it on a credit card or whatever, and then the monthly stipend or whatnot would chip that away. So it is what it is. But it also is the 1,400 based off of the kid going full time. And yes, the money does go to the kid. It doesn't go to you because it was created for two types of veterans. There's the killed in action guys, and then they said, hey, let's put these permanent total. The children are permanent total as well. And I guess the government wanted to do it the lazy way, and instead of just paying the family and then letting them divvy it up, they're like, well, let's just give it to the kid and see what the kid does. So anyway, do your own thing with your, just know that. Long range death benefit money. Let's talk about that. So there's non-service connected and there's service connected. Non-service connected means this is also, notice it's green. When you're 100% permanent total, 2 clocks start. And they're about 10 years each. 10 years for your marriage, 10 years of you being permanent in total, 100% permanent total. So that means after that, if you fall off your roof, accidental death, your spouse will receive $1,500 a month for the rest of their life unless they get remarried. I'm sure there's other stipulations, but you get what I'm saying. $1,500 a month. It's green. You have to be 100% permanent total for like 10 fucking years. So, and this is YouTube, not Rumble. So anyway, I just threw an F-bomb out there for a reason. Service connected death benefit money, $2,500 a month. Keep in mind, I've been around since before COVID, during COVID, after COVID, before PACT, during PACT, after PACT. And I saw this from a mile away that PACT was BS and whatever. You can have your own thoughts on it. But, like Crowder says, prove me wrong, So service connection. This is something else I help my clients out with, that I call it the final bow to wrap around you and your family, knowing that you're secure as possible from my perspective. You're going to die someday. So you die an old man in your bed, and the coroner comes out and says, well, old age, but specifics are his, nutritional system just shut down. Okay, so he stopped absorbing things the way he's supposed to. Well, dad was service connected for environmental exposures, also for other GI stuff, gastrointestinal stuff like GERD, heartburn, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, stuff like upper tummy issues, lower tummy issues kind of thing. And so Wifey Poo, here's $2,500 a month for the rest of your life. Here you go. All right, guys. I think that's about it for this. Let me go back to the me screen here. Like I said, we're going to keep doing these deep dives every day, and Monday through Friday on Rumble, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday on YouTube at 11. And I know this is like I'm talking at you, so this is like one-way comms, and that's uncomfortable for all of us. There are ways to get me to talk to you in more circular ways. There's events that I host. There's from my website, by the way, which let me go ahead and just close out this screen so it doesn't. Canva and other stuff will just start chewing into the internet. It actually killed one of my lives last week. But go to my website. I'm now pointing over at my website. At the bottom of my so as I tell you guys every day, 5,000 people a day are looking for help and they're not receiving it. That's like calling 911 and the phone just rings. That's horrible. How do we get to 22 people a day that are taking themselves out? Because we're ignoring 5,000 people a day who are asking for fucking help. So help me through our Heavenly Father. Help me, help them. Send them to my website. I've got all kinds of hugs, different arms of hugging you guys with this. I know we're embracing this suck together, but that's how we have to do it. We have to embrace this suck together. That's what that camaraderie is. The camaraderie that we're missing is embracing the suck together. Yes, this sucks, but this is the world that we live in right now. Evil is taking your money and your fulfillment, and evil is stealing from widows. So you're an easy ass target. So that's the world that we're living in. Evil, good and evil. Good news, I can help you. Great news, you're not alone. When you see the people that are in the room, you're like, holy crap, it's an impressive group of people we got going on here. Yes, it is, because that's what we do. We love being together. So I'm just saying, I now have other opportunities for you guys. And so at the bottom of my, so number one, on my website, Pay Yourself First. Anytime somebody asks me or my staff, hey, what do I do first? Go to Albert's website, scroll down until you find that pay yourself video. Pay yourself first. Then start joining all kinds of other stuff. And this is all good stuff, guys, all in my control. What that means is I know that I'm helping you, and also I'm keeping out riffraff. So riffraff. In these new groups that I've got, the 5S Nations on LinkedIn and Facebook, which if you can't find them on LinkedIn or Facebook, go to my website, scroll down to the bottom. There's buttons down there. It'll take you directly to it. You guys can be clients, non-clients. I want to put this information out there. So I call it marketers call it the knowledge funnel. Right now you're outside the funnel. I want to get you some information so you can get down in that funnel and know better and do better. That way you can be better for yourself and your family. You've earned all of this fulfillment. Our Heavenly Father is providing it for you, but you got to get up and do something about it every single day. So I've got 5 forms that I brief you guys on all the time. I'm not going to go through all of them, but get me out in front of your people. So whether you're a slower personality kind of guy or a jump first kind of guy or anything in between, know that everybody else out there is a little different too. So I need you to help me help. I don't have 5,000 books flying off a shelf a day. I don't have 5,000 clients on my calendar today. But 5,000 people a day are asking for help and nobody's answering them other than me. Please help me help them. So, all right, guys, the leaf blower is now coming outside my house. So I guess we'll end there. We'll see you tomorrow.